been seeing so many inspiring videos coming into their self-care era and not apologizing for it. And I'm sure that you have noticed an uptick, snarkiness from people, right? I'm sure you have. The more you love yourself, the more they're going to hate it. When you start loving yourself loudly, it wakes up the little evil demons running around. Little heads pop up, but that gives you the perfect time off with their heads. Stop normalizing bullyish bad behavior. Your channel, your page is your home. If someone is trying to cause a ruckus, you have the right to protect your peace. Misery loves company. We have to stop normalizing being able to just say what I want to say. It's my opinion. I'm entitled. That's the key word. Entitled. I have these Reddit snark pages, which I believe should be labeled as hate speech and should be illegal. You have creators who all they do is save animals and they get bullied literally to death. And that is okay? That is not okay. What's equally as bad is reading some of the comments saying, well, they knew what they got into. Well, they're an adult. They should know not to listen to that. No. See, y'all are suffering from brain rot. A lot of you are so enthralled in social media that you don't know what real life is. I am so used to criticism. I have dealt with it my entire life, but there are a lot of people on here that are not, that cannot take it. Y'all not realize that if you continually push people away, kick them out of social media, try to cancel them, y'all aren't gonna have any entertainment. You're gonna be stuck with your own thoughts, and that's scary. I don't think that you want to be stuck with your own thoughts, and that's why you project onto people who are just taking care of themselves. I always try to bring education, entertainment, fun, safe space. People start being cruel in the comments, not just to me, but to other people in the comments. I start to delete and block, and I don't care what anyone has to say about it. I would never allow you to walk into my home and speak to me the way that you think that you can speak to me or anyone else on this platform. That is absolutely crazy. I'll never understand when people make whole videos talking about so-and-so blocked me. Why don't you talk about the rest of that story? Talk about maybe what you said, why you deserve to be blocked. We never want to take accountability for our actions. We always just want to point the fingers. A creator decides to clap back or say something. Oh my gosh, you would just think that a bomb went off. So now we're not allowed to stand up for ourselves. And it just becomes a whole vicious cycle. I always say, this is what I do. You do what works for you. But I know why it triggers others. It's because I don't need any validation from anyone because I'm in love with myself. That is the problem. People for so long have sought out validation from others. We have been dependent on that validation. Now that people are breaking away from that, looking more inward, how can I improve myself? How can I love myself more? It triggers a lot of people. I want you to learn how to love yourself. I don't want you to be dependent on anyone for love or validation. Those that are being so hateful, you weren't loved enough. How long are you gonna dig in that empty well? Searching for these dopamine hits of trying to make someone feel badly about themselves just to lift you up for what, 5 seconds? And then you move on to the next. It's gotta stop. My promise to you is that my platform will always be a safe space. I welcome constructive criticism. What I do not allow is bullyish, mean, hateful behavior. That's where I draw the line. I continue seeing you in my comments antagonizing people, you're getting blocked. I don't understand those who just sit and hate watch. If you can't stand to watch someone, why do you do it? There's something wrong mentally there. It's not healthy behavior. It creates a silent monster which starts to grow and grow and grow, and you're gonna look around and you're not gonna have anyone around you. You have to look into yourself and say, maybe I'm the problem. Of course, I'll still do an elegant clap back here and there, but I really want this to stay a positive, safe place. Our social climate is boiling over with hate, and I refuse to be a part of it. And to ensure that I don't fall into that trap of listening to false narratives, hateful opinions, when I see someone making content around someone that they just cannot stand and ruin their character, I am scrolling right by, and I may even block them because I do not want to engage in that behavior. You absorb everything around you, and that includes what you consume with social media. I want everybody to be happy. This is not toxic positivity. I already know some of y'all are out there saying, oh my God, this is toxic positivity, because you're trying to turn a positive into a negative, and I'm just not going to do it. And those of you who are loving yourself loudly, doing your skincare, continue doing it. Continue posting your content. I will continue being your hype girl because I want you to feel the best about yourself. If you don't love yourself, who's going to do it? You want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And you can't love anybody else until you are fully in love with yourself. I'm telling you, it's true. I've been using a hashtag inclusive beauty because that is what I'm about. Inclusivity. Anyone and everyone is invited, and you are safe here. Skincare is much more than you see on the surface. My method is about sitting down, taking time for yourself, and not apologizing for it. I have always been like that, and I'm not going to change. It makes me feel good, and I'm not harming anyone in the process. The only thing that's being harmed is your ego, and that is a you problem. That is not a me problem. Find something that you enjoy and do it, and you don't have to explain yourself to anyone.